Who knows? But first and foremost, LG would have to get through eUnited here. Or eUnited get the victory, and they are in the top 4. That's the storyline as we hop into this Arden Forest for game 1. It'll be, I believe, Forest, Docks, Docks, if needed, if we go the distance into 5 games. But right now, Cap trying to get the hard point. He gets cut down. John able to pick up 2, though, and hit the cross. So go right into the hard point, but gets picked up by RC as soon as he dives in.
Yeah, and there was a tweet Clay was talking about. He had, like, someone basically broke down his stats against every single team that he's played throughout the year. And the team he had the worst kill-to-death ratio was against Luminosity, sort of his kryptonite. And you see he's off to a slow start. But eUnited, man, they've been in a different form. It seems like Arstees and Pristini, they're playing so well right now. And then when Clay and Fellow, they can play consistently, it's so good for them.
We know how big this is to LG. An absolute must win. They came out flat yesterday against Complexity, got 3-0'd. They need a different energy, they need a different vibe. I want to go to an Astro Gaming listening with Luminosity off the rip.
Still in there. I spawned down, bro. Inner fellow. One broken, outer bell, fellow. Push bell.
Yo, one's broken, inner broken.
I spawned broken and bell, and one's you. Here.
Wherever he's
at. Got one top hill.
I need it.
One out weak. Shaping out. Top center weak. I'm looking inner cap.
Can you smoke it out?
I'm shaping out. One out. Outer actually stunned. One's me. You, one shot. Outer Clyde, dead. I'm shot Preston.
You got me. He's really one. He team killed us. You, top you.
I'm supposed to you have hill? Yeah, I do. Looking outer. Middle, Archie's one shot, fire tank. Fire tank, outer, absolute, one inner. Fire cut. They may spawn out, I got need, go the 15s. Go the 15s. I spawn. I'm going cabin. Nice, guys, good start. Going wall. Always bell on me, Clay. I'm close to streaks over here.
You can take your time. I'm gonna help you, Cap, alright?
No, alright. I have a smoke. I can smoke out the back for you guys. I think first. I'm gonna throw a smoke in the back. First head. One's outer, shaping outer. What's outer right now? Left side hill. What's outer looking in the back? Backside. One tank.
He's one shot.
Fire tank. Back. I'm about to go around bell. First right now. I'm gonna smoke out the front. Outer laying down right now. Hurt. Smoked out the front.
Fire tank weak, Clay.
Into fire. I'm going straight on bell. I'm not killing that fire. Can you get outer? Yeah, I can. I don't see him out. I think he's looking. Fire with an arrow, guys. Bucket window, Archies. In place.
Pristini's holding
fire. Nice, big one.
Fire.
I'm pushing fire. Hit him in the front. Fire, back bell. Bell dead.
I got naded.
I'm one shot fire tank right now, guys. Outer dead. No, it's outer dead. Chow me hill. Outer press, hold this. Outer one shot, one hill. Outer gonna cross first. Bell.
He's still outer. I think he's crossing now.
One's belling me, 2 presses. He's stunned. He's actually stunned.
Luminosity with a solid hold at Ruins, but they didn't get thumped there at Bunker. Everybody kind of struggling from a KD standpoint, except for Cap went on a little bit of a run, Joe.
Yeah, I think Cap had a pretty solid start, but you heard he was going to go all the way around Bell on that last Bunker push for LG. He's able to find one gun find. I think he over-challenged that second one. He had that barrel cover, but he challenges it. Then that goes right back to eUnited, but I think the big thing for me for Luminosity is how much time just wasn't contested out of them. They had the opportunity, they had the smokes to get on it. It just felt very slow from a pacing standpoint on the side of LG on that Bunker hill.
And on the flip side, fantastic hold from eUnited. You get all of that time in Bunker, you hold Luminosity at bay, like you said, just keeping them from contesting it all. And Pristini's been playing great, just flying around the map, 13-8 right now. We'll see if he can keep it going. I've seen a lot of, I believe he's been switching more to Armored. They've had Fellow kind of flying around with Airborne and Pristini playing with Armored to kind of help the pace of those two players. Because when Pristini was playing with Airborne, he was kind of too fast. He was way too fast. Now he's still fast with Armored. He's still one of the faster players in the game, but it kind of forces him to slow down a little bit. I think it's been better for eUnited.
Yeah, well, him and Fellow going off right now, both double positive. They win the rotation at Cave. And remember, this first hill, it was, 17 points total. There was a minute off the clock, you and I pointed out. After this cave hill, you usually don't see that, and this time it's a great setup once again from eUnited. So besides Ruins, eUnited has dominated this map so far, and I was just looking at the hardpoint rankings. This is a 5-2 map for Luminosity. They do not look comfortable on it right now, and it's just due to the slaying. Where is the slaying? Even in the listening, you heard Formal say, all right, good stuff, guys, nice start, but I just didn't feel the energy.
And remember, this is a map early in the year. I mean, maybe it was the beginning of stage 2. Remember eUnited got smoked here a couple times? Like, it wasn't really working out for them. I actually can't remember if that was stage 1 or stage 2. This has not usually been like a go-to for them, even though it should make sense kind of with how their lineup is. They've struggled, but right now, they've looked so good. They get the time in Cade. Luminosity still holding at 55 points, and they've got 2 players in transition to the next start point.
This is like the, I don't know, second or third match in a row where just the energy from Luminosity just isn't there to me. Like, their playoff hopes are on the line. It comes down to this. Even yesterday when they lose that match in Complexity, you saw how bad Complexity won it compared to these LG guys. I'm not exactly sure what's going on as they do get forward. I know if you look at this roster, there's not a ton of like hype guys, but I don't know, man. It just feels like even in the communication, just, I don't know, if something feels off.
Feels flat. Absolutely feels flat. But they're starting to bring it back here with a decent Ruin Soul. They seem to get somebody into the hard point. They're trying to get some streaks onto John. He started double negative, but picks it up. He does get a glide bomb there, which could influence maybe a break into bunker, is obviously eUnited enjoying those spawns. They also have Slacked, who's about to push all the way through Cave and Field. He might have an opportunity to make a play here early in the rotation.
He's going to have to, because on the other side of the map, his teammates went down. So his teammates spawned towards that cabin side. There we go. He's going to find Clay. Can he find Arcades? He can. He play out of Slate. Slacked right there as he finds 2 kills, and they win this rotation at bunker. This is where eUnited shut it down, and look how far forward Formal is.
And you can see all of the focus from eUnited was on that Bell push through from Ruins. They weren't ready for Slacked at all as he went through a field. And he's able to make the play, and now maybe this is where they come back and take the lead, because they got destroyed here. It was a perfect hold at bunker last time for eUnited. Now LG trying to get it done. Formal trying to hold inside a cabin, doing a solid job. One more at cabin cut he may need to worry about, but right now, I mean, eUnited struggling to get even close to this hard point.
Well, they do have back spawns. There's 3 dead. I was going to say, due to Formal's position, his teammates lost the gunfights in the back, so Formal actually forced his team to spawn out towards that cabin side. It's unfortunate,
is
but
that
it's not
a poor?
on him.
Is that a poor position, or is that just no? The teammates not making plays?
Yeah, I mean, it's just on his teammates to find those kills. Still, though, they're back in the game. There's 8 seconds left. What was a terrible start when they were down 70, 80 points. They're right back in this one now.
Everybody's still negative on LG, but obviously have picked it up, and that's reflected in the score. John still has this glide bomb for a rainy day. JCap trying to make plays by Cabin. John here to assist as well. Nice shots at range there with the PPSH as he really starts to heat up. 16 and 21. But he's had so many late game heroics, late game streaks in hardpoint. Can this be another moment? He's just trying to stay up as he's getting pinched by multiple players.
Doing a wonderful job. Lost so much time. And now his 3 teammates are here, but the issue is Arcades on at 3 spree. You wouldn't expect this, but he is very close to full streaks. He's at 15 and 19, and I mean, I imagine he's just been juggling that hill, and now he just needs 1 more kill. And he's trying to find it right now, but John playing very patient, and now he might be in a world of hurt. Can he win the gunfight?
Wow.
He can. That's huge for eUnited.
Unbelievable stuff. Definitely not the edge in that gunfight for Arcades, but doesn't matter. He's able to get the kill and get the streaks. Drops in the window, Slack's legs obliterated. Now let's get to our 3rd set of rotations here. LG should be the first team into the hard point, trying to hold them at bay. 3 kills in the kill feed coming in for LG. Formal responsible for 3 of those as he picks up a couple in a row. He will finally be dropped. So he's Arcades snapping, absolutely snapping right now as he's finding his rhythm.
And he finds a couple of kills, and then Fellow and Clay do. They both just push the fire alley and that cabin alley, and they break that setup for Luminosity. You see number 8, that's John. Yeah, I was going to say he stopped, so maybe that glide bomb being called in. JCap, he actually got that kill, so that does give them cabin control. The pinch is on from Slack, but it doesn't matter. But at least they got eUnited out of the hill, maybe stop that setup that was going their way. So 18 seconds left, still an 11-point game.
Yeah, this might be one that goes to time. We've got under 90 seconds to go on the play clock. It's certainly feeling that way, unless we just have, very little contest, obviously, in Ruins and then maybe bunker.
My big worry is streaks, though. If Clay gets this kill as well, oh man, John able to win that gunfight. I was going to say, Clay's able to earn some streaks. Now you know,
probably get a streak off spawn.
Yeah, he's probably fighter pilot here. Maybe once they get bell control, not even to wait for that. He's going to call it in. That player number 1, that's Clay. He's going to be in a position to stop the guys from going into belt. There's 3 potentially easy kills for eUnited.
Can LG fight back? They've got a very minimal lead here. They only have 1 more streak they have to deal with. Clayster trying to get to this power position up top. Now peeking, nice shots onto Formal. Slack just kind of trying to waltz into you. He gets through, but multiple players there to deal with it. Grenades over the top to try and shut down Clay. In a moment here, lead change again. eUnited back in front, and Clay once again working on streaks, but nice nade there from Slack will shut him down. Now remember, Slack last time kind of pushed through field and made the play, and eUnited weren't prepared for it. Look at it this time. They're trying to do the same, but Clayster's out there ready and waiting for it at the outside of bunker. You said #1 on the minimap, not letting anyone sneak through.
I mean, this could be the game here when you talk about the time. Who's going to win this bunker hill? This could give someone a 30 to 40 second lead, which could do it. And eUnited has a very strong hold right now with Fellow and Pristini locking down the middle of the map. Then you're going to have Fellow pushing out with that PPSH. Formal is able to take him down. JCap going all the way around Bell. The teamwork from Luminosity has to be perfect right here. They're able to find the first one. Here comes the break opportunity. 2 go down. This has to be it, and they're doing it. There's just 1 player left. Wow. What a break out of LG.
It had to happen, and they were able to get it done. Now trailing just under 20 points and trying to retake this lead. Not a lot of time on that play clock. Keep your eyes there as well, as there's 48 seconds, and we know how hotly contested East Road can be. One thing, too, I believe RC still has that artillery, so if he drops it in, that's just more time off that play clock. So this is going to be very interesting. Whoever has this lead going into East Road is actually big, considering that clock.
I like that. Pristini and Fellow are still going at this. It's a big 8 seconds. And eUnited are going to get it. That scrap time so important in the grand scheme of things. Now eUnited has the lead again. Yes, it's just 1 second.
No, but that's big with the play clock and the fact you have the artillery. Like, it's like a 5-point lead. Feels like a 20-point lead in this scenario. And they're racking up more time. They haven't been able to clear them out yet. Pristini waiting in a tight pocket. The kill feed looking almost entirely red until Formal gets involved in the action. They're out of the hard point for a moment. When will this artillery be invested?
I don't think it'll be
Save it for next?
Cave. I think it'll be Cave where you see it. They're going to try and stack one side and then maybe just sort of waste that play clock. I'm surprised they're actually not getting off of it right now. They're going to go for the win. But I would have been off it. You had that set up. You could have just kept it.
This is everything right
down.
Now.
Yeah, this is everything for LG.
Seconds. Can LG get a little bit of time here, maybe bring it closer, and then can they break through the early setup at Cave for eUnited? Clayster still waiting patiently. Rock, he's actually the only one here. He's the only one in position to make the play so far, doing it, and he can get some streaks off this. Can he get the streaks? His position's called out. Formal gets a shot in, and then John able to finish it with a grenade. So Luminosity now up 2. Let's transition to our next hard point. And remember, the artillery still active. You see it on RC.
He's going to put it down right now. But John can make a big play. John can make the play. He finds one, and he gets a streak. It's a one-on-one in the hill, but he gets taken down. Slack now, it's his turn to go through the smoke, and he's able to stay alive. That's so important for LG. Now the streak being called in.
They do pick up. Slacked inside the hard point with a grenade. Luminosity trailing by 1. Artillery gone.
They wasted it, yeah.
It all comes down to this. It all comes down to this. It's still eUnited inside. John trying to make the plays. He finds a couple on the back end, but it's still contested. They can't have a contest. They need to get the kills. They need to get the time. The play clock dwindling. We're now down to nearly 10 seconds. They got to get him out. He runs out of ammo. The next guy up is going to be JCap, and JCap able to take the gunfight.
He's getting pinched. He can't beat this. Fellow has him on the pinch. He peeks out a perfect time. It's tie game now. It's a tie game. 7 seconds left on the hill. Watch that rotation as well. Watch that rotation. eUnited, they now have the lead, and that could be it.
That might be it. Did they get the final tick? They get the final tick, and then they're inside. The gunfight comes in. No! They get the 1 second to get on the hard point. eUnited takes it by 1. Oh my God, what a finish.
Wow.
I can't even imagine the number of small decisions that need to be made in the final 60 seconds of that map. Whether to contest, whether to hold, whether to peek, whether to rotate. Just seconds on that play clock as it's going down to the wire at Cave, and LG stunned in map 1.
Yeah, I mean, it was chaotic. Just so back and forth. I actually asked the producer if we could get a replay, because I'd love to go and look at that once again, because there was so much happening so fast. Now, LG, they did a wonderful job. It was really John and Slack who used those smokes, got around on that flank. But it was that rotation kill, and RC's kind of didn't know how to play it, right? You saw him get the kill, jump out of it. That also gave LG like half a second to maybe win the game. I don't know, man. It was really just that final gunfight. And then at Cave Hill, man, that was a great finish.
That's one of the first times you've seen the tie game end like that, like the final second.
So this was a huge play by John to find a couple of kills. playing RC's won a couple.
I think he hits it again and gets a couple again.
I think that was the first part. You might be right.
No, yeah, no, you're right. We're further along.
Yeah, JCap Siri wins this gunfight. He's going to find one on Fellow. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Because you have to watch number 2. RC's commits to the rotation. So right now, LG, they're going to get the lead after Slacked. Well, I thought they were going to get the lead. Maybe it's John. So John gets on it. And they have a 1-second lead. So the hill pops. Formal, why didn't he have his STG out?
I think it needed. I didn't see how many clip shots were actually in it, but it needed reloaded.
That was the game. That was it. I mean, LG would have won. It came down to that 1 versus 1.
Are we able to see the final tail of that again? If that's possible. I think it said reload, so I just don't know if he didn't have enough ammo in it to maybe clean up the kill, so he pulls out the pistol. If it's possible, just to check those final couple seconds. But regardless, pulls out the pistol, doesn't get the kill. eUnited win it by 1 second. And that's tough because this is LG obviously playing for their playoff chances, and that is probably the worst imaginable way to lose your game 1.
The only good thing I would say is the second half, they seem to wake up a little bit more. You know, it seemed like their guns got flown a little bit. And I mean, if John was able to stay alive, he had the glide bomb.
Well, I thought Cap was just going to hold there for the contest and just get the tie. For a second, like, if he doesn't peek wide and get picked up by the AR that's like kind of at that back bunker, they just tie the game. 228-228. What was it? What was the score of the Red Rise? Was it 227-227?
I think so.
So they could have tied that there, I believe. There was only like 3 seconds left. If JCap didn't peek out that angle, you go to a tie, you go to a replay. But they go for the win.
Yeah, it was a crazy game 1, but I believe Jess caught up with eUnited before this one. Let's hear what eUnited had to say.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, I chatted a little bit with Clayster, and he was telling me that they basically feel no pressure, seeing as they still can afford to lose 1 match and still make it to playoffs. However, if they do win this match versus Luminosity, they're guaranteed. So they're feeling really, really good. And as Clayster put it, he said, I feel like we have a chance to control our own destiny. A little bit different than during stage 1 when things kind of didn't go their way, but they still ended up sneaking right into the playoffs. This time, they've got a much more comfortable position, so they're definitely feeling really good. But over on the side of Luminosity, I did chat with Slacked and Formal a little bit, who were telling me that, you know, they have to win all of their matches in order to qualify for playoffs. They do still have a chance. That playoff dream is still alive, but of course, I can, you know, as I can imagine, there's an immense pressure on them. But as they put it, Slacked was telling me, you know, that pressure just motivates us, and it motivates us to try and prove everyone wrong. So, really interesting series so far. Let's see how the rest of it goes. Joe, Clint, back over to you.
Thanks, Jess. And yeah, the spot for LG is tough because it's not even like we went out and we're in. It's like you went out and you need other stuff to help you. That's like the worst spot to be in as a player, whether you're talking, professional sport like the NFL or anything. When you don't control your own destiny, when you can't just win and control it, it's scary. So they need to rely on other stuff to happen as well. Obviously, the other stuff being, well, either a 3-0 Rise and Rise lose or eUnited lose both matches, but both are unlikely. So not a good spot for LG. But God, man, those final moments are maybe gonna haunt him.
And I would love to know where that motivation is. Sounds like Slatty saying he's motivated and his team's motivated. I don't know, man. Like again, even looking back at last week, their first match against Unilad, needed to win, they don't. Yesterday, Complexity, they needed to win, they don't. Energy's not there, and we heard
they've had their chances. They've had their chances.
No, man, but I just want to see more.
Oh, I totally agree.
Especially after this team was top 4 at Anaheim. Like, where is that team?
First blood to eUnited. They're trying to push out RCs right now, have a chance. Ooh, nice gunfight win there from Slack. They're tied up at 3-3, but bomb is getting planted now for eUnited. So it's going to be on the LG to retake. It looks like they have kind of like got 1 hit from mid, 1 from Broken, and likely 1 from Bell.
Yeah, Clay with this sniper rifle. Might find one. Slack, though, nice jiggle peek. I like that. It's going to give him another opportunity to push on up. And, well, there's that timing, Clay. He misses the quick scope. Now a 2 versus 2. JCap there. He's going to get caught off by Pristini. And I love that. Pristini instantly makes the play to wrap this. So you have a 1 versus 1. Slack versus Fellow. Fellow's going to win that. And if that goes wrong, Pristini was so far away, he could have just played the clock.
Nice round 1 victory there for eUnited. Definitely fueled by that epic conclusion to the Game 1 hardpoint. That's got to be so hard to bounce back from if you're LG. What a loss that was. I know, but what a loss that was. And what a win it was for eUnited. What a performance in the clutch. The wherewithal to have somebody on rotation, despite the fact that you don't hold there. LG gets another second or 2. Maybe you're done. That was madness at the end. Absolute madness. Those are comms I'm going to go back and listen to. I'll tell you that.
LG taking the fight to the middle. The smokes go out. Trades go down Slack now in that hole, but he gets shut down by Fellow. Fellow already off to a 4-0 start, but look at this flank by Formal. What can he find? He's just telling JCap, hey, stay alive, man.
But now it's going to be likely Clayster on the other end that has to make the play.
So he finds one.
They're
Now
not
Cap's in a weird spot. Yeah, Clay's in the middle as well, and there's that 1 versus 2 they just took. But the nade from Formal forces a 1 versus 1 again against Clay.
Rivals for what seems like forever. Clayster and Formal, not a whole lot of love in this relationship. Who's going to take it? It's Clay. Clay takes the gunfight, clutches up in the 1 versus 1, and eUnited up 2-0.
Clay was smiling there. See hip fire him? Oh, no. Oh, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit? Yeah, I think every one of those bullets was a hip fire. But that situation, well played. You know, you have a little added movement when you're not L-trigger, just kind of fade away and hold the hip fire and hope it connects, and it sure as hell did. And you saw on Formal screen, tough to keep up with him when he strafed back left.
LG, they go for a 3-stack towards B, so a lot of pressure on JCap. This is going to be an A hit from middle, and now Cap's alone at cabin. Here comes that pressure. First guy up, Pristini able to win 1. Did he find any more? So on the other side, it was Fellow who finds sight. Well, he was 1 shot and a half.
Yeah, I think
so. When players go, "Hey, he's absolute," that's what absolute means.
Yeah. Kick some snow his direction, and he
hit him in the face with a snowball.
2-on-2 now, and eUnited have wrapped through bridge side of the map. Luminosity are going to know what's up in a moment here as they see nothing at A. Some tight early rounds, but they've all been going to eUnited. 6 kills for Fellow already. They know they plan for Bell side. It's going to give them obviously some information there. The trade is coming from John. Now it's going to be another 1-on-1. But it is AR on SMG. Can John get the close angle? He waits patiently. Arceus comes peeking out. Had to maybe check bomb. Worried maybe he straight hopped it.
Maybe.
I mean, I can assume that's the only reason he came out like that. He thinks he's on it, right? Maybe the vision from the pillar was like a little bit off, so he couldn't actually see the bomb there.
I would have liked to see him just at least shoulder peek top platform. But yeah, John with a great 1 versus 2 to keep LG back in this game, because you go down 3-0. It's tough to climb back from, especially the rounds. Like, if it's another 1v1 that goes the way of United, you want to talk about.
You lost 231 to 230.
Yeah, then you lose 2 1 versus 1s. Like, oh, sheesh. Talk about momentum stripped from you.
Oh, yeah. You've been laid bare. John now with the snipe out. Last chance. He hits it. Another one there. Re-peaks. He's got some help from Formal as well.
Look at the rotation out of United, and Pristini actually catches JCap. JCap didn't think he was just going to run through you,
and that gives LG a lot more to worry about. Like, you don't have that presence mid. Now you have to worry about your Bell flank. Just look at what number is on the minimap. Number 5. That's going to be Formal. So worried about the flank. They can't 3-man hit this because you don't have that presence in mid.
Nice nades, though. Do they find Arceus? They do. Good teamwork out of LG, but Clay's here with a sniper rifle, and John wins that. Now a 1 versus 3. Now a 1 versus 1 once again. Formal versus Pristini. John and Slack, they get taken down.
Pristini, can he get the 1v3?
Oh, boy.
For Formal, you've already lost 1 1-on-1. Can you take Pristini in this one? Again, it's going to be a gunfight where it's STG on sub. How the gunfight is taken is so huge in this. Formal obviously still has to worry about this bomb getting planted, but these have been some wild rounds.
It's been a wild match so far. So Pristini, he stun checked towards that B side, didn't hit anything, said, hey, maybe the rotation's on, plays a 50-50. I don't mind that. Now you have 40 seconds to work with in this 1 versus 1, and these two are going to run into each other. Who's going to win it? Formal wins this one. Redemption for Formal to tie it up 2-2.
And that's big, He loses both those 1-on-1s. Who knows where his psyche's at after the game 1 hard point and then a couple of tough round losses. But this one gets the angle, has the advantage at range, and really just the timing kind of works on his side. But that's a massive round for LG as they tied up at 2-2. And we know Search hasn't necessarily been, the best for them, but I imagine Martin Force probably one of their better ones.
0-5.
They really 0-5.
They are 0-5.
Since getting Formal. Well, remember back in stage 1, the LG roster, they destroyed on this particular map. That's what I was thinking. They're likely still solid. Well, that's one of those maps that goes from good to bad with the Octane Formal swap. I remember them just steamrolling through teams back in stage 1.
This would be the first map win for LG And what a momentum shift that would be, because they had one of their good hard points. They lose it by 1 second. To win their potential worst search and destroy, that is a huge shift. But yeah, it's a 4 versus 2, but Clay able to bring it back with that snipe to a 2v3. Still has some time to work with, but Arcity's, are they gonna double peek this?
He might be able to get the kill and get away. Well, now Slack has the information.
I don't even know.
Or maybe he doesn't? Formal still holding. Maybe he just gave it up. He's like, I'm not risking this.
Maybe?
Now Clayster's got a chance to pick Formal. Oh, can't hit it. Formal lines him up. Slack then pushes, and Luminosity get another round.
I think the first bullet that Formal hit, I think it caused a little bit of a bounce there on that sniper.
That genuinely surprised me.
Yeah, what is their good S&D map?
They probably don't have it. Like, they were good at Anaheim, but that's it.
Yeah. Docks, which is the last map, and Valkyrie, they're pretty solid at, so Docks and Valkyrie.
And this is Anaheim and Stage 2 combined, right?
I believe so.
Well, I can tell you most of those wins, 7 of those wins came at Anaheim, so not a lot of them from divisional play.
3 rounds in a row now for LG. Formal, he's got 4 in a row. Starting to work towards some streaks. You have a 2-2 split. Out of eUnited. Pristini in some trouble middle of the map. John going to take it straight to fellow in view, but he gets taken down. Where's the trades? Not there. Slacker's trying to follow it up, but Arcity's has his teammates back. Pristini wins a 1 versus 1. Now if you're Formal, just trying to potentially just find a kill or two. It's going to be so tough, though. He's going to be hunted down. You have Clay on the long flank already. Maybe he found an opening. He's got a yo, though. Oh, boy.
Can't win the first gunfight. He'll drop. No streaks for LG, and they get smoked early in that round. Nice defense execution coming in from the eUnited side. What was eUnited on this? Did you already read that?
No.
2 and 3, so not the best for either of them.
But maybe if you're United prepping into this.
And then it goes Docks. So if it gets to a game 5, you mentioned LG solid. They're 5 and 3, 1 and 4 for United. But does it get there? So what do we have? What's Docks CTF next? I mean, not played a ton by either. 3 and 2 for United, 2 and 1 for LG. Hard points. They're both strong on that particular hard point. So this could be an extended series, or maybe United just come and close this out.
So I feel like this is such an important game, number 2, after that game 1. If United take that 2-0, the pressure will definitely be there even more so for LG. But now a 2 versus 2. Slacked on the full flank. Another 1v1. Clay versus Slacked.
Clay already won his first one against Formal earlier in the game. Can he clutch up in another situation where you have sub versus... Wait, does Clay have a snipe in this round? Or he's
got AR.
Okay.
Clay just trying to play different angles, find maybe a good timing. 40 seconds to work with. He might have found that timing. He's going to wrap it to B. No, he's going to go back to A. So he's going to go through Fire Alley. So we might have a 1 versus 1 right here. And Slacked, he might have played this well. Did Clay hear that? Nope, Slacked wins it. And that's why you play 50-50s. That's it.
That's a perfect gunfighting situation you want if you're Slacked.
So when we talk about that, we're saying, hey, if you're the defensive player, just pick a bomb. Because there's a chance he has to plant there. If he goes there, that's an easy kill. If he doesn't, Slacked still has an opportunity. He has 45 seconds left to find that kill. Usually what we see happen from time to time is that defensive player just sort of roams. And those chances, that win percentage drops. It's not a 50%.
Well, especially if you're roaming there and Clay's just sitting mid-street, you might just get caught in transition. Advantage now to Luminosity. John hit a snipe last time from this position. Almost. Connects on Arceus.
Quick on that. He got a little shoulder lean right there.
He crouched that one. Or just gave it a little strafe. Well, now that John isn't able to get the first pick, obviously this slows down the push a little bit for Luminosity.
Nade's coming in. John's got to be careful. That's a stun. Fellow, he's inside of you, and you have Pristini in middle again. So the default setup right now, and that was an opportunity for John. Just misses it. We'll see what LG have to work with. 45 seconds. That's a first blood for Pristini. And a second one for Clay. Great teamwork with those nades.
Wow.
And this could be a clean round, but John finally able to hit that snipe. LG's offenses towards this B side have not been the strongest.
It used to be what they were so good at. But it's been quite some time. Nice shot.
He can still do this. He has time. Well, he spots them both.
Clay just comes soaring out with that pistol, and they'll take it. For a second there, I thought there was a collateral opportunity for one moment when Clay crossed there if he pulls the trigger, just maybe. Nice shots from the machine pistol. They just fly at him. Don't give them the opportunity to kind of pick them one by one.
I wouldn't be surprised if LG on their next attack they hit A.
See if you can get something going on offense.
Yeah, I mean, their B strats have not been too strong so far. It's really just relying on John. And then when John does hit it, 2 of his players got, shut down to make it a 1v1. Here's the A hit out of eUnited. But LG are ready for this. Look at the map position they have already. Look at where Slacked is. John, he's watching that cross, but JCap a little bit in trouble. Here comes the pre-fire. But Slacked already...
Bomb gets planted. RC's and Fellow have to try and hold. RC at the back rock, saw one for just a moment, wants to reposition to Wood. Gets there for a second. Fellow's tagged up, should be finished. Slack gets both kills, 3 in a row at 9 and 6. And he'll add a defuse to that laundry list of plays he just made.
Got a little scary there. They lined up right at Cabin Alley.
Oh, when he got that angle for a second, I was like, oh my God, he's going to shoot all of them.
All right, let's see what LG do on this offense. Going back to middle. They don't even have bomb. They're not worried about it. They're going to try and hit mid.
I bet Formal's going to go back and get that. No, they're just leaving it. They're going to get the kills, worry about the bomb later. Oh, there I keep seeing him turn around. I'm like, oh, he's going to get it. Hasn't done it yet. They're all dead. Formal just now got bomb. What the hell is going on with the LG offense?
It's terrible.
That's abysmal. That's absolutely abysmal.
There's probably a good reason why they're 0-5 on this map, and it could be due to their offense. Holy.
Well, remember, I don't remember what the stat was. JP had a stat he tweeted out a while back that it was about the attacking rounds for LG and how bad they were. And most of it was from Forest. Like almost all of it was the attacking rounds on Forest. They were bad. Like, this has been plaguing them since Formal joined the team.
eUnited are playing a default setup: 1 mid, 1 A, and then 2 stacking B. Like most teams, what they'll do is they'll smoke out B and hit that. And then what that forces is eUnited then either has to A, give up that B site, or they have to triple stack it. Right? You cause some sort of rotation, and they're going right back to B.
Is this the time it somehow magically works?
John has to stay alive inside of you, but the nades go out. There's Pristini with the first blood. Finally, the nades come through. Pristini with another one. He's just trying to back away now. Clay with a 1 versus 1 against JCap, but JCap just goes through that smoke, and they gave it up. They have the numbers. Like, why not?
It's round 11. Man advantage to eUnited. They just got a 1-second victory in the hard point. Can they get a 1-round victory here?
That was so much information. Clay saw the cross, so now they know. They know what's going on. They know they pushed through ruins. They're in a... This is such a bad situation. But Clay...
What in the hell?
He shoots his teammate, and JCap's alive
What in the hell?
Oh, that could be something they need. But Clay misses a shot as well. That was an easy shot on the Formal. Now the pressure...
What's happening?
A 1 versus 2 now. For Arcides, does he find the timing? He does. Can he hit the second one? No. LG bailed out by Clay.
Remember the round 11 last night? They had a round 11 last night after Clay clutched that 1v2 and Pristini team killed him at the beginning of the round 11. So Clay was out of the round. Did he just return the favor? Because that happened. I remember seeing Clay after the match. He's like, what just happened? Because he got naded by Pristini, if I remember correctly. So now Clay, oh yeah, he knows. It's like, my bad.
They had all the information in the world.
Oh my
Clay
God.
saw him cross from top platform to Ruins. They knew it was a double-up play inside of Ruins.
What are these 2 games? What are these 2 maps? A 1-second hard point that goes to the clock. Around 11, Clay snipes his own teammate when they're up a man, and LG somehow pull it out. This has been insane. It's absolute madness in LG versus eUnited. We're hoping it continues, and it should, because it's Docs coming up next. After map 1, Luminosity had to brush off a devastating 1-point loss. After game 2, eUnited have to brush off a devastating team kill in round 11. It has been chaos thus far. We couldn't want anything. Well, think of the first time they played. The first time they played was what? eUnited went up 2-0, LG reverse sweep them. So these guys' matchups are nuts, and this has been it's been a treat, Joe.
No, it certainly has. But Arden Force, search and destroy. It was pretty back and forth. There was a lot of momentum shifts. But if you watch the end of it, Luminosity on offense, they need to go back to the drawing board
because apparently they need team kills.
Dude,
I wish I want to find that stat from JP. I'd have to scroll too far because it was weeks ago, but I remember he tweeted something that was so abysmal for LG's offense, and like they mostly had played Arden Forest, so it was literally targeting how bad they were on offense on Arden Forest.
They need some help. I'll volunteer as tribute. Like, holy moly.
JP, if you're watching, tweet me that. Thank you. I love you.
But London Docks CTF. We know this could be a crazy one. We usually don't see it too often. This will be the second time we've seen it today. But Fellow off to a very quick start. He just goes right up the middle through barrel building, goes for a flagpole, not able to get it out.
And this is
Kills come in for John.
It's a game of swings, right? London Docks, like, when you have advantage, when you have them spawn trapped, how many caps can you put on the board? How many streaks can you earn? It's not usually one cap here, one cap there, back and forth. It's absolutely a game of swings. Who's going to strike first? LG finally able to clear out the early pressure, but you still have Fellow set up inside a barrel. Well, he's gone now, so this gives a chance for LG now to strike. Wow, okay. A couple gunfights that you might have had the edge for eUnited go to LG, and that's going to give them a ton of map position, their chance to make a play. The pinch is starting to develop. John already right in front of their spawn. John wrapping in from the back. They still have multiple players in fire. This should be the opportunity to get across the map. Where's the spawn come in for eUnited?
Yeah.
He's gone. He's gone.
Great job by John, and just time is hit, you know, that sort of push. He knew one player was going to spawn on up in that back useless building, able to get that kill.
That all starts with that one-on-one he won by like that bomb site on Main Street. Like, he doesn't win that, that play obviously doesn't develop. And he snapped.
I think, personally, when you sort of look at the team, I mean, LG CTF is so good, but I think this map could be a very strong one for them. That's why I like this, the way the vetoes went for Luminosity, because I think London Dash, if you get like Slack and John going, you can see they can just take over.
Certainly, but I think you'd say the same on the other side.
Yeah, you're right.
This map, it's always hard to call. It's always very hard to call. Just such a big snowball effect. Once you get the early control and pick up some streaks, you can run away with the game. But so far, no one able to do it. It is going to be a touch for eUnited. Pristini picks it up. Slack, though, waiting outside of Cole, able to dive across before Arcides picks it up. That's huge. He gets the return and gets away.
Nice shots by Formal. That is a tough shot on that box, especially when people climb on up. Almost snaps on the clay. But now it's LG going on attack mode, but Pristini able to win one versus JCap. Now John, it's his turn inside of fire. Might have caught some bad timing. He's being hunted down. And look at this, Pristini all the way up towards those water stairs already. They're putting pressure on. Now it's on Formal. Throws a nade out, has some pressure. Clay, he's able to win that as well. So a great job by Formal. Just buys enough time. That's all he had to do. Now the spawns are there for LG. But he doesn't expect that second player.
Fellow just wants to grab it, maybe try to dip away and make a play, but a nade on the flag is going to slow him down. The return will come in. 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Slack 4 and 5, but I don't know, like halfway towards streaks. Maybe he can do something. More than likely not that gunfight against Clay with an AR at top mid. But he does have John kind of bringing the pressure forward for him. Now Slack gets involved in the action, takes another gunfight, but grenades rain in. A chance here for eUnited based on where the spawn comes in from LG.
They're just going to leave him. And they're just going to push the top side of the street. The nades are in, though. John able to get a couple of shots off, and that's all he needs. Wins his second gunfight as well. And then look at this. You have JCap and Floral just leaving, so it's kind of a 2-2 split. One player did split off. That was Pristini. He backed on up. I like that play. And on the other side, the one-on-one just going the way of the defensive teams right now.
Yeah, I think JCap got unlucky there, not checking his left as they wrap back the fire. He drops, and then Formal, while he has to worry about fire, then also the useless spawn, so couldn't get the job done. But a relatively low-scoring affair for a map like London Docks.
Well, here we go. A chance for United. 2 go down. They have 3 alive. Slacked in Formal, though. Clutch on up, and you said it. Yeah, it just seems the defense just too strong. I mean, you think about the only cap was John, who wins a couple of 1v1s.
Well, that's like the only way you can basically have a low-scoring London Docks. Like, just rock-solid defense, people clutching in scenarios that are really difficult, like where John got the 2 kills, Formal got the 2 kills. Just players making big individual plays.
Yeah, we haven't pointed it out, but Formal's having a beautiful game right now at 13-6. Especially with an STG, this one can be pretty tough to deal with sometimes. If you're constantly trapped in your base, or, you know, there's a lot of those little cuts that those subs can just fly out of on London Docks. Can make your life a living hell.
And just a reminder, maybe if some viewers joined in after the crazy map 1 and 2, the story here, LG have got to win out. In order for them to get in, though, eUnited would have to lose out. So they'd have to lose this series and also the complexity tomorrow. Luminosity lose this, so their playoff dreams are done, and eUnited are in the top 4. They're cemented into the $500,000 playoff. So a ton on the line right now.
Yeah, LG's just got to take this one map at a time. Because not only that, even if eUnited loses this, LG have to. It is a must-win later on tonight for Rise Nation. So eUnited are going to be the biggest Rise Nation fanboys later on if they lose this series. But then it comes down to tomorrow. I mean, there's just so many things that have to go right for LG. So many.
It wasn't easy coming into the week, and it got a whole lot harder once they got 3-0 by complexity. Some idiot on Trading Shots said they'd do it.
Yeah, chance.
No, that idiot would be me.
Oh.
Let's see what they can do with this 1-0 lead. They get the first kill, and they get mid-map position early. John gets 2, and that might be what they need to apply some pressure to the flag. Pristini wrapping back to deal with nice shots onto Slack just to make sure you don't get an early touch, because you also have Formal inside a barrel. But as Slack drops, that push kind of stops, at least for the time being.
Yeah, JCap, though, new fellow was still alive, and he stayed alive and fire. Wow, won a gunfight against Felony. So Felony was trying to get a little bit sneaky, but he is taken down to now 3. That John and Slack, though, are starting to heat up, and I think that's a great sign for Luminosity, because you saw on map number 1, the reason the lead was pretty solid for eUnited, it was Fellow and Pristini who really took over. They were just running those lanes and those alleys so well. So if John and Slack, we know that sort of SMG duo they can be. They've been playing together for a long time now.
Well, eUnited get the clear, and Fellow already across the map going to try and get a touch. We already heard the comms from Luminosity earlier. Let's hear them now from eUnited.
Watch steps.
Yeah.
They're OE, they need it OE, go. I have gate.
Go back with them. Going back.
He went lights. One went lights.
I went back
Should
with
be
them.
able to beat it.
Yeah, I'm back with you.
You need inside fire, there's one.
I got one shortcut.
Pick up the lead, huh?
Yeah. Kevin, 2 and fire, we're missing 1. 2 and fire, John and Cap.
Gate.
John and Cap
I
on
need
fire.
help, fire.
One's ladder for sure. They have airborne on.
Ladder weak.
Ladder weak. John
Fire
weak.
weak.
There's
They're
2.
both one shot. Though.
He's one shot. John,
Alright, get back with you.
John's going fire ladder, one shot.
I'm gonna go 10.
He's front.
Get
John
out
goes
front.
fire ladder.
Press get a gate up front.
Okay, well, that's John. That was
Got one crane and one jumped down long box too.
I need a long
Spawn
box.
underground.
He's weak. I got one. He's tagged.
Crane, right?
4 months left.
I tagged him.
Selected fire.
He's crane cut.
Alright, I'm gonna hit OE.
He's done. He tagged him. I tagged him.
I'm
I'm gonna wait for Jacob.
He's still shortcut.
Hold on, Preston's.
No, I got shot from fire.
He went around the bus.
He's shortcut still. He's still shortcut.
Jacob hitting
Just
gate.
play.
Jacob hitting gate.
Hey, pick one of you guys need to pick up Colas one.
Big one. Just stay alive, Alec. Alec, you being alive in here is a
One
huge
shot,
nuisance.
one shot.
Beer, absolute.
One's gonna be Cole.
Watch Cole. Yeah, watch Cole.
One on me. 10. He's
Look at
cubby.
Cole.
Formal's in cubby.
Slack was the one.
He's gonna look for you back ramp.
I got naded and stunned.
Yeah, they could be in beer right now.
I'm coming up right now.
He's weak. One shot. Low ramp. There's 2 L stairs. There's 2 L stairs.
Beer weak.
Watch out, play. Go big here, guys. I'm up in 5 seconds. You have to hold it for 5.
Guys are good.
2 more beer. Another one beer.
Stay alive.
Laying down.
Both there.
Stay alive.
One more. He pulled in beer, guys.
Alright, go beer steps.
He ran it back.
Yeah, you did.
What
Two
are you?
on spawn.
Go to their base.
Montana.
I'm in fire.
They're naded. I'm gonna nade crane.
They stunned me because
Going to the base.
Nice.
come as fast as I can, dude.
I did not hit anything crane.
Yo, one behind this gate.
I'll get him.
One behind this gate. Yeah.
I got it out.
He's holding gate. He's dead.
Push him. You want to push him?
Yeah, I'm going.
Let's go.
No, Ali, you run, Preston. You run.
I'm behind him. There's someone on our bus.
I got stuck, dude. I got stuck.
Okay,
Run, Preston.
One's hitting gate right now.
John's getting close to streaks. John's getting close to streaks.
Cap.
I'm gonna go beer steps. Yep, I'm gonna go beer steps.
I spawned dark. I'm gonna go up back hole. I'll go to Cole. Somebody check beer.
He's stunned low beer.
Go underground.
I think there's two.
Go underground. Clear.
Yeah, I'm going underground. One in Cole. I'm pretty sure.
Dead.
Let's train on me, so.
There's two.
Train, yo, nobody stay with him.
I'm coming to you.
Come back. I'll come under. Come up this way, Preston. Come up this way.
Where?
One was
Come to underground. Come to underground. Yo, one underground. He's holding it. He's pushing in the back door. He's in the back room.
Come back in.
In the back room.
John, Slacked and Cap are up.
Black card.
Dead.
Nice. Slacked and John, last two.
John has flag. John has flag. Slack's off spawn.
Look, John's gonna get close to streaks. He killed me with flag.
We're gonna get this return.
corner, check
Everybody get a kill. Hold the map control and get a fucking kill.
Yeah, once light, he flank nodes.
Frame on bullet. I got two. I'm opening up water.
He's red bus.
I'm opening water.
Is that last two?
There's no more red bus.
Yeah, last two.
Cap's there too. Nice, flag.
Black guy red bus. He's gonna try and run probably. No, he's still.
John weak.
Sitting up front.
Watch out, weak. He's on the left side bus. He's looking, he's finessing.
Got it.
Nice, good
Yo,
up.
two pump here. I got one. One more here on me.
Help you.
I'm backing up. out of their
Could be
base.
beer steps.
Three. Last game in their base. No, last game in their base, I'm pretty sure.
I spawned out.
Could be in our base.
eUnited makes the play in the stalemate. They're now up 2-1. These close games continue, Joe. It looks like an Arden Forest scoreline. There has not been many caps, teams going toe-to-toe. It's been fun.
It has, and in that stalemate, Slacked is going to want that gunfight back against Felony. If he wins that, they probably don't get that return.
Absolutely
Instead,
not.
it's a 2 versus 1, and now LG is in trouble. And I think that should just about do it. And you have a glide bomb that's going to be called in. eUnited, clutch on up. You heard in that? Listening. We're going to do this from Clay. We're going to get this return. Everybody just get your kills, and well, they did. And unless there's a counter opportunity, I think that is going to be it. eUnited now one map away from eliminating Luminosity from the playoffs.
They get it done, but yeah, that, God, Slack's going to be haunted by that one. One of those situations where you think you have enough shots in for the kill, you turn and think about the next step, and Fellow snaps on him. That return does not come in because you then don't have two players there from eUnited pushing onto your flag carrier. Obviously, you have Slack there. It's a 2-on-1 for LG, and you deal with it. Think about these small moments, man, that decide of these games. It's unreal. The final seconds of the hard point, the team killing around 11 with a search, Slack missing some shots there. Maybe they still would have lost the game, but still, that return doesn't come in. That stalemate at least continues, and who knows how it plays out. But you can't get turned on in that moment with about a minute to 90 seconds left in the game. Tough moment for Slack and the LG crew. Just think about their God. All these games have been so close.
Yeah,
I mean, if you think about from eUnited, though, we should have 3-0. They 3-0'd them.
Yeah. I mean, it was just a team killing that search and destroy. There is that scoreline. Yes, it was a 1-second Arden Forest hardpoint, a 1-round search and destroy, and then very, very much up to the last point in that CTF. It was a 1-5 game. It was basically tied. eUnited able to clutch on up in that stalemate, but we're going to a London Docks hardpoint for Luminosity. One of their better ones. They're 5-2, but the same with eUnited. They've played 12 games. They won 8 of them. So a very good hardpoint for both of these. And if we do go to London Docks, if you're a Luminosity fan, that is potentially your best shot at winning another search and destroy.
So JP did tweet me that stat. I know we're going back in time a little bit to the search, but LG were 16-30 on attacking S&D rounds during the first half of stage 2. So it's a 35% win rate. And if I remember correctly, more than half of those games were on Arden Forest. So,
well, yeah, they're on 6 now.
Well, it has not been good there. You think if you struggle that much on something, you find ways to fix it, but that has not been the case. Well, interestingly enough, though, that's the one map they won. So Docks. Do we get to a game 5?
This is it for LG.
Remember last time we watched LG, if I remember right, what was that crazy win they got? Was it over eUnited, that nail biter in the game 1 where they ended up having a lot more airborne classes? They were playing 3 subs versus 2 ARs, and they kept flying at the hardpoint over and over and over again. They got to Docks Warehouse, and they were able to win it. So at least in that particular one, they were running 3 subs on that map with Formal the lone AR. I'll be curious to see if that's what they keep against eUnited. eUnited, we'll see what the setup is from them, but that was one of the big takeaways from LG from the last time I watched them. It was LG. Was it eUnited though? Was it United? I don't remember. You think it was a different team than LG? It could have been. Wow. No, it was definitely LG.
Okay.
Because remember Slack and Cap kind of clutching the warehouse.
Yep. This is it for Luminosity. They're going to take this to a game 5, and they're going to keep their playoff chances alive. Or are we not, when's the last time LG hasn't been at a playoffs? That name Call of Duty has just been.
When was the last
time
there? JCap wasn't it
formal
or something, or formal? All these.
Or John or Slack.
Yeah, it's just been.
And what's scary, the way they're coming out. If they get they're going to end up with a tough group now.
tougher than it would have been, that's for sure.
Yeah. And the way they start out so slow, it's scary to think that like they could potentially be a team who doesn't get through to the bracket at champs.
Well, we'll keep an eye on kind of the weapon choices from these teams once we get into the game a little bit. I know it's a little bit different off the rip at times, but we'll keep an eye on it. See if it's kind of a 2-2 versus 1-3 split when you talk AR and SMG, or how these guys opt to play it. John gets in some nice shots as he peels Pristini off the back box. Not able to really enjoy
a lot of
any time. Yeah, the statue is blown to smithereens.
Nice shot by Cap, just staying alive. As that bar puts some shots on the Pristini, there the pressure comes in. So 12 seconds left on Statue Hill.
And that'll be interesting if he keeps this bar out through the course of it, because that's a little bit different than we saw just a week ago.
United, they already rotated on over towards that main tree to have a pretty solid setup. They're not very far pushed out, but they're all together. The first gunfight going down. RC's able to win that one. JCap was there for the trade. So 2 go down. Here comes the pinch now through gate. LG, they have to go now. Plays last one here, and they're able to do it.
Haven't been able to get to the hard point yet. Trying to. Just need to get those.
There are so many grenades.
Up into position, but yeah, the nature of eUnited continue to rein in. Well, fellow gets 2. Combines with the teammate. That's 2 times Luminosity's finally got into a hard point and just been obliterated.
And can we check Slacked and John? Are they both rocking airborne? They are. So maybe that is a strategy from eUnited that's saying just stun that living hell out of a hills.
There are, I was talking to some of the guys, I've talked to some of the teams, and there aren't that many teams that run double airborne. Like, more often than not, you're going to see 1 armored, 1 airborne.
Well, and I think you're kind of seeing why.
Well, the first couple minutes of this game is definitely a good example.
Yes, and 3 go down. This is a huge break for eUnited. They're able to get it. That's all 4 dead. They lost a rotation as LG won the scrap time, so that was a great job by them. Now eUnited are here. They have that set up. Pristini in a bit of a off corner. We don't see it all the time. Able to find one. Now he's just buying time. Almost once again a clean 4 dead, but Formal able to stay up.
Yeah, I mean, him staying up isn't going to do a lot, though, because he's just going to die, stagger it once again. They got no time on this. No pressure really on the Docks warehouse at all. Fantastic stuff from eUnited. Arcity's having a map right now. 10-5, 3 kills in a row for him. His brother trying to get it down to the backside of Cole, but ultimately will fall. But this could be back-to-back-to-back hard points you're really taking if you're eUnited. But it is the full squad of Luminosity pushing through the back.
Fellas, like, they're all there. I promise you they're all there. John and Formal, the whole LG team, wonderful job. Great teamwork to at least get to the back of barrel building. Now the pressure comes through. Can LG hold once again? Because this is a hard point when you get pushed out. It is so tough for that enemy team to do anything. Pre-fire out of Slack down to Pristini. Here comes John now. This is what I'm talking about. Just look at where you spawn if you are eUnited. Now there's 40 seconds left. So eUnited gonna have a couple more shots, and RC is able to win that gunfight versus JCap. And what does that do? That opens up the front of the hill, because look at John has to worry about his left and his right, and that actually spawns those players out. Beautifully done by eUnited. Really just RC's gunning JCap.
Spectacular stuff. RC's hot game continues, and the lead for eUnited continues to grow. If eUnited take this map, they are playoff bound. Competing with the other top 4 teams, well, top 3 teams from this division, the top 4 teams from Division A, all for 500 grand.
Come down to seeding after that.
Yeah, it really does. And LG's hopes tossed right out the window.
20-second game right now. RCDC gets stuck by a nade by Slacked. So Fella's gonna have to back that up, try to just control fire. LG, they're gonna get nades on that hill. They have that low water position right now. JCap pulled out that pistol, tried to find the second kill, but here comes a push. John, the first one through, along with Slacked. Felony trying to go on a flank. He actually just ran right by one player. I believe that was Formal. Not exactly sure what just happened, but Formal somehow got in a fire past Fellow. I think he was prone on the stairs. But still, eUnited getting the time.
Bit of an awkward sequence for sure. And there have not been a lot of streaks in this particular series. We had none of the CTF, none of the search. What a
couple in
basically RC's got streaked out, and then one like live bomb on John or something like that. Like there have not been a lot of streaks in this series.
Tell you what, though, that was a beautiful hold by eUnited. That's 40 seconds on Crane. You typically don't see that too often. A wonderful first half from them. Can they keep it going? Can they close the series out right here? Watch that number 2 arrow. Yep, he gets that split spawn for his team. So he's going to go right back towards gate. John, though. Nice shots out of him, but Arcity's on that pinch. You can see what happens. John
just left the hard point.
That was like 10 seconds.
This is a lot of time that LG are not getting. You feel like the call is, hey, let me go, and someone hop in, but no one got in for a while. Maybe there's waiting on nades. I don't know. But that was
the call should just be, I'll pick it up for you.
Yeah, that was a strange sequence where you just give up a decent chunk of time right there for LG.
JCap with some crucial kills. No, though. There's going to be more as, once again, eUnited rotate early on to this Main Street setup. So, LG do find a good amount of time. You know, it's only going to be a 17-point game, but they have to break this Main Street. Formal with the first, but he gets shot down by Fellow with some nice shots.
Wow, Fellow.
John, he gets melted by Felony, who's just locking it down. And you can see due to Felony's position where LG spawns, and it's already been 15 seconds, and you've had no pressure at all from Luminosity. Finally, John able to take him down, so lots of pressure coming from the top. But where is the team push out of LG? Well, it's so staggered right now.
Is it maybe? Remember, I'm pretty sure last time they were running 3 subs and they were flying at the hard point, a lot more aggression. Does it change the 2 ARs? Maybe
I mean, we saw this in like Forest, though. It just seems so off right now. Where is the teamwork out of this LG team? They do not look good right now. At a point in time, this is not what you want. And now RC's is starting to get some streaks. He's having a great game at 24 and 13. I don't know how they got top 4 at Anaheim. Top three. Whether they just had a good Sunday. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but this team looks lost.
Absolutely.
They look lost.
Absolutely, and they get cleared. 4 down. eUnited breaks into Dock Warehouse, and that might be the dagger. Some streaks on top for Arcities as well. But that's when you had to answer a nice Main Street hold from eUnited. If you're LG, you needed to get time inside of Dock's Warehouse. And as of now, you've got nothing. eUnited have blown open this game. Now over the 200-point mark. Artillery bopping on their heads as he finds a couple with it.
It's done.
An embarrassing effort from LG down the stretch. And an incredible 2-week stretch from eUnited. They went through the gauntlet last week and came out 2-1. They came in this week. They needed wins. And they have done just that.
And you would think that, like, the stat line for LG is like crazy, like they're getting outslayed by a ton just the way it's looking, but it's not. Like, you have 3 guys floating around. Even JCap, he was there for a little bit. He's gone on a bit of a death streak, but this is done.
11 more points needed for eUnited, and the boys can celebrate a second playoff opportunity. Obviously looking for a better run than last time around. Can they make a deep run? Can they make it to the grand final? eUnited absolutely in form when it matters.
LG trying to fight back. Some kills going their way, but I think it's just too late. That was like one of the first good pushes that we saw out of Luminosity on this hill.
Yeah, I mean, if eUnited had 200 points, you'd feel all right about a comeback, but at 239 and Crane upcoming and how eUnited dominated Crane the last time through, it's hard to have a lot of hope for this Luminosity side. I know it's not done, but well, that might have been a bit of a dagger there too, just to get some extra time. Fellow almost wins another one-on-one as well, but it delays the push across the map towards Crane for Luminosity as Fellow finds a couple. They do get a couple of kills. They actually get 3 through. Prestine's gonna be the last man up inside of fire. And look how far eUnited are spawning out. All right, Joe, maybe we spoke too early. It's not quite done yet.
Does Arcities have anything left streak-wise?
No, I think he used it all.
Okay. If you're LG, you need streaks. If you want this comeback to happen, you have to win multiple rotations. The only way to really do that is with streaks. And JCap 1 bullet away. Just play your life. But he's going to have a lot of pressure to deal with. It's 3 eUnited players able to find the collide bomb. He gets fully streaked out. Can he find the third? No, not able to do so.
Oh, my God. I know. It still looks very bleak if you're an LG fan. but they have some streaks to work with. A team kill does come in. There'll be nobody in the hard point right now for these final 12 seconds. And now they'll be able to clear out top middle at least with this. They've brought it back a bit.
What is that angle?
The angle is going to provide nothing but call-outs as the position of the players right now on eUnited.
He can't even call the artillery yet. He can't call it down yet. Just 5 seconds in for eUnited. He's actually not going to call it.
They're in. They're in. They're spawning them out. eUnited spawning top. But Joe, are they doing this? If they do this, this would be one of the more wild series we've had all year. How the game 1, 2, and 3 have gone down. LG finally finds some vitality, some magic, and they're bringing it back. They can technically win it here. More than likely, not going to happen. But will we see another hard pointer? Is this where eUnited get it done? LG's got to go clutch. They have to clear him out. 246 on the board. They find the kills yet again. Slack finds 2. Slack finds 2. And you've got 2 players at Main Street set up now for LG. John just beamed multiple players. John gets all 3.
Pristini's here. Pristini's here. He could be the spoiler for Luminosity. What a play out of him. So much patience. JCap has to get off the hill. Pristini gets 3. I think that's it, Clint. What a play out of Pristini. You thought the comeback was there. It's wow. Pristini shuts it down.
Wow. It got close. LG almost brought it back, but it's too little, too late as eUnited hold on, and eUnited now have made it into playoffs to compete for that massive, massive prize pool. A sigh of relief all around. Well, 1, that you're in, and 2, you survived a bit of a crazy comeback there from LG.
That was, I mean, that last like 90 seconds, that's kind of what we expect.
Where the hell was that? Where's it been for weeks?
That's kind of what we expect from Luminosity. Instead, it just hasn't been there. Again, when you look at the big moments for LG, all right, you can talk about the first 2 weeks. They went 3-4. It's a brand new team, growing pains. But when you come into the second stint after a top 3 finish in Anaheim, your opening series, you lose once again to Unilad. Yesterday, you lose to Cole. Not only do you lose to them, you get destroyed. It just felt like in the big moments, not even against the top teams in this division, they did not show up, and that is worrisome.
Wow. An unbelievable series, though. Filled with wild moments, some crazy, crazy maps, but all that matters is the final line. And for that, it is eUnited into playoffs. Luminosity won't be there. For some of these guys, it has been a long, long time since they haven't participated in a major tournament. Got a feel for the LG guys right now, but eUnited, too tough, too good. They get the victory. We'll see you right after this quick break.
eUnited are going to be going to playoffs. They got the win when they needed, and ultimately we got Clay on the desk to actually talk about everything. We know all 4 squads now that are going to be in playoffs, but let's kick it off with the bang. Clay, the first thing you said when you sat down here is you've never been more pissed off about a win?
Yeah. I mean, nothing like a team thing. I think as a team, we played really, really well, but in myself, like at myself, I've never been more upset with a win.
Okay, all right. So what actually went down? Why are you so tilted about the win?
I honestly think it was all 4 of the maps. Every single map. I mean, that first one went down to a 1-second time clock expiring. Like, that was the most intense ending to a hard point that I've ever played in my life. We were trying to micromanage like 10 different things again at hard point. I was like, they need 3, but there's 3 on the clock. There's 2 in hill. Are you rotated? Or am I helping you in hill? Get out of the hill. Contest, dude. Like, it was so hard, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then Alec turned on somebody, I think, on second hill to win for the 1 second. So I was proud of him. But I was really upset with myself that game because I missed a couple really easy shots on rotation that I really think I should have had, or, you know, didn't get a gunfight at cabin that I thought I should have won for streaks. And then even going into the S&D. I mean, I don't know if the camera was on me or not. Was it spectating me when I team killed or no?
No, it was not.
Oh, okay. So on the S&D, I was in U. I knew they had pushed through the statue. I was on the lantern head glitching it, and you can't see name tags when you're head glitching that lantern in U. Zoomed in on my scope, and Preston dropped in front of me, and I thought it was somebody coming around the corner trying to hit you, so I just insta-shot. I thought it was 3v1. I was like, whoa. Yeah, and then I completely whiffed 2 more easy shots to end the round, and like, I was mind-blown at myself. I was like, what am I doing? Like, why am I sniping round 11, first off? I was just feeling myself. But then why am I sniping team killing? It wasn't even like I didn't do anything. I did negative things. Literally negative things. I lost us.
Hey, but Clay, you got the win. I mean, it's okay to be mad at yourself, but those moments are tough. At the end of those games, you know how it is. Like those little decisions you make, it's just intuition, and hopefully it works out. And then, I mean, it worked out. You guys won the series, but yeah, it's okay to be mad at yourself.
That was definitely not the best play, but there were some good plays as well. We got our scuff play of the game, and it's not going to be Clay. It's going to be Pristini popping off.
Let's see it.
This is for the win right here.
How is this so close?
It was. That's a
Clay. How did John get that 3-piece?
Which one?
The one
in the back?
Very end.
So on rotation at the very end, him and one of his teammates were gate, and John kills one guy coming out of the underground area. Another guy runs up, and he just guns him. Like,
oh, yeah, that was me.
Yeah, that was me. He does a backstep and kills you. That was crazy. And then he gets the 3-piece.
I was pre-aiming with the bar. I pre-aimed strafed out with the bar, and he just smoked me. Thank you, Preston. Thank you, my teammates, for getting us this win. I did not want to go into our match tomorrow having to rely on LG to like beat everybody. Like if LG had won this and won out, we were out.
Yeah.
So you know, proud of my team. I mean, we went 7-7 last time we were here in qualified. So to be on the cusp of 10 wins at 9 right now, it feels really good.
Dude, you guys are playing amazing. You guys have been killing it. I think you're 5-1 in your last 6 matches.
Yeah, we've only lost 1 series, and that was the reverse sweep that Optic did to us this entire 2 weeks. So I mean, it's crazy to think about that all 4 of our losses that we have all went game 5. And if we were literally so close to being undefeated right now.
That's crazy.
Think about that.
It's definitely a much better division for you this time, or sorry, a much better division this time around than it was last time. So that's got to feel good, even though you're a little bit tilted, and now you can kind of rest easy today. What does that kind of do for everybody else, though, for the rest of the week? Like, what is everyone's mindset going to be?
Yeah, I mean, it's something major that we've been trying to address. I mean, you guys talk about it all the time. You never know what eUnited you're going to get. You're going to get the hot one, you're going to get the cold one, and it's something that we've really been focusing on because people are always like, you can't fix inconsistency. Well, yeah, you can. Like, you just got to do the little things better and stop making so many mistakes, shoot a little straighter. Like, you can fix inconsistency. And I think the major part of our team that's really coming together is the teamwork. We're finally working together, finally on the same page, finally know when we need to pinch, when we need to hold, who we need to help in the back. Like, this guy in hill, watch this. Like, we're finally there. And I think all 3 of my teammates are probably playing the best I've ever seen them play. Dude, Arcides and Prestini are absolutely shredding. Like, Preston going off the way he went off these past 2 weeks, it's surprised the hell out of me, and I'm so happy for him. Like, I'm just happy that he's back in form to a point where he's confident in himself, because I was always confident in him, but when you don't have confidence in yourself, you're just going to get smoked.
Absolutely.
So.
That's literally what it is.
And that'll probably help with consistency as well. But all in all, now that we know every single team that's going to be going to playoffs, are you surprised at all? Or was this the top 4 that you imagined when we first sat down with this division?
Maybe not when we sat down. I mean, I expected LG to make it through instead of Unilad maybe, but the other 3 are like us, Optic Rise is who I really expected to go through.
Yeah, I would have said, I think when we did our predictions, it was, we all said Unilad or
like
LG.
7. We had Unilad at the very bottom.
I had them like 5-6. They've surprised the hell out of me, dude. They've been playing so good. Where do you rank them? Like with all the other teams, like Like, what do you
like
think?
in the world?
Yeah, I think they're a top 4 team right
top
now.
4, top 5 team, 100%. They're the way that they play the game is almost like reminds me of like the AW phase, like my roster. It's just so in your face, never misses a gunfight, is always doing something weird, but then like they don't give you enough time to be like, oh, something's weird going on. You're like, where is it? Oh, wow, they're behind us. Like they always work really well together. And you know that Alex kid is actually filthy.
Yeah,
like he's so good. He's so good. Last time we played him the first time, he got a 4-piece where I was the first and the last kill. all within 5 seconds. So that just goes to show you something about how good this kid is.
Actually, really nasty. I think that's been like one of the best surprises maybe coming out of this division.
I think so.
I mean,
them closing out clutch moments too
Finally.
is very surprising, because that's when you said that teamwork, you're alluding to like that being your improvement. I think that's true, because at the end of games, that's what it is. It's teamwork, like closing out those call outs at the end of that hard point, for example, in the first one. That extra edge in the teamwork can give you that win. So I think that's huge.
Well, let's turn it the other way. Were any teams like really big disappointments to you in
Come
the
on,
division?
what kind of question is
Other than the obvious, like.
Yeah.
Well, other than the obvious.
To be honest, I'm going to go the opposite way. I think complexity really surprised some people here. I think they're a really good team, and nobody's giving that Cole team credit. I think if you have Dash and Blast on a team, like those two kids are just, I've been hanging out their house a little bit, watching them play like their Pro League Challenge and ranked. Like they're actually really, really, really good.
They're great.
And I think if Rick and Doug actually play to like how they can play instead of, you know, kind of going below like negative and stuff like that, if they play how they can play, they're going to show up at champs and make a lot of noise.
I think that was kind of a heartbreaking series today, because you do have those young guys. You want to see them do well, definitely putting in the work. But we do have plenty more action coming up today. Obviously, we already do know